Hello again, chaps and chapettes. How are we all doing? It is lovely to see you all again. As always, tonight, my dear friends, we are going back to old school. We are talking about a subject I know we all appreciate on this channel. Well, not really appreciate, but I know it does tend to get the views. We're talking about another illegal migrant, of course, an illegal migrant who has committed SA against not one, but two young ladies at the same time whilst delivering a takeaway. But before we get onto this subject, my friends, I want to talk to you about something. I was thinking earlier today while I was earning my pennies, having a cup of tea at break time, about these digital IDs and how Keir Starmer has been pushing the idea that these digital IDs are the number one solution to stopping the boats. I mean, we have an abundance of illegal migration at the moment over the years, and it's quite convenient, isn't it, how we have thousands upon thousands of fighting age young men breaking into the country on a daily basis. And suddenly, these digital IDs are going to stop the whole thing. Do you think there's any correlation between the illegal migrants not sending them back, not even attempting to stop the inflow of illegal migration, and the digital IDs? Do these two things go hand in hand? Does Keir Starmer and the rest of his cabinet expect the public just to roll over to have their bellies tickled simply to stop illegal migration and implement these digital IDs? It's worth thinking about, don't you think? Just an idea running around the, let's face it, plenty of room brain box, but nonetheless, I thought I'd bring it to you. Let me know what you think in the comments. So anyway, this dirty bastard, legal migrant delivering a takeaway to two young ladies, and they did unspeakable things to them. So let's see what he's been up to, shall we? An illegal migrant essayed two women while he delivered takeaways to their home. Saifullah Rassouli was illegally using his friend's registration details to deliver food to customers in and around Maidstone, Kent at the time. This is very prominent up and down the country, guys, with the Deliveroo and Just Eat. They rent other people's details to make these deliveries and make money. They sometimes pay money, £25, £50 per evening to rent these details. It needs to be stamped out. These delivery companies need to face a hefty fine or face closure. It's as simple as that. We can't just... There was a migrant, I saw this earlier today, there was a migrant who got caught at working illegally for Deliveroo. And instead of being deported or sent to prison like what's supposed to happen, he was fined £24 and just allowed to go on his merry way. 24 quid. These migrants, I predict, earn, well, I'd say about a couple of £100 per night, per shift, delivering all this food. 24 quid. I'm sure that'll stop him doing it again in the future. According to court proceedings, the 29-year-old touched the breasts of two customers and ran his hands over their bodies on July 3rd and July 26th this year. I thought it was just one occasion. This obviously it's two. The Afghan migrant was later identified and charged with three counts of SA against two victims. However, Rassouli denied the allegations, claiming hugging to the side was a common way of saying goodbye in his home nation. Now, when I was in my early teens, guys, I went on holiday with my parents to Tunisia. Fucking awful holiday. One of the worst holidays we have ever experienced. Every single one of us got the tom tits for the entire week we were there. The food was dreadful. The locals were obnoxious, rude, and quite perverse. Looking at my mother with glazed eyes. I'm not saying my mum's Kim Basinger by any stretch of the imagination, but a lady, a white lady, knocking around Tunisia, you can only imagine. And I am here to tell you at first hand, in a Muslim country, I never saw two Muslim gentlemen greet each other by rubbing their pectorals and rubbing their hands up and down their bodies. Now, granted, it wouldn't really look out of place in a place like that for two gentlemen to be doing such questionable things to each other to say goodbye, but nonetheless, that is an entire crock of horse shit. You won't see many Muslim men greeting each other by rubbing each other's tits. That I can pretty much guarantee. He was found guilty of all charges on October 1st at Sevenoaks Magistrates Court. Terry Knox, prosecutor, told the court he's an immigration overstayer, and now his application to stay longer has been formally rejected until he actually appeals, because that's what always happens with these cases. Oh, we're going to deport him, we're going to get him chucked out, he's not going to be able to stay for much longer, until the human rights lawyers get involved, of course, from the ECHR. Some crusty old bastard judge over in Strasbourg says that this man should be able to stay because he appreciates British Burger Kings or something else equally ludicrous. He came to one victim's address and she recognised him from delivering food 2 weeks earlier. He then steps over the threshold of the door, so the assault happened in her own home. He added he then asked her what her name was and age, and told her she looked young for her age. A Muslim illegal migrant taking pleasure in someone looking young. Quelle fucking surprise, no? And then he gestures to the sofa and said to her, "No boyfriend, no friends at home," with a question mark. She lies and indicates to him yes. And she was scared and unsettled as he gives her the bags of food, and at that point he runs his hands down her body, down her breasts and upper body, and was smiling as he did so. I've said so in a past video, I can't remember when it was, a couple of weeks ago, about a certain video from one of Paul Joseph Watson's videos about a man in a nightclub who was dancing behind some girls, looking very leery and very creepy, that kind of thing. And when the camera pans to him, he goes like that behind the girls. I fail to understand how these men think that they can possibly get anywhere, not just with a Western woman, but probably even a Muslim woman as well. The way they behave, the way they grope and gestate around women is simply beyond me. If you tried that in a pub somewhere, I could pretty much guarantee you'd get a stiletto heel right in the testicles. I shouldn't imagine. The court heard that the other victims said the second sexual assault unfolded in similar manner. The second woman became paranoid after the assault and installed CCTV and security lights at her residence, the court heard. She was unable to keep her job as she could not sleep due to fears he would return. The woman said, "My house used to be a safe place, but he knows where my home is and what my phone number is." Well, my suggestion is to you, my suggestion is to you, my dear love, I do apologise, guys, I am very tired from a hard day's graft, is cook from home in the future. You should be going to these takeaways anyway. God only knows what these people are putting into your food or actually doing to your food. Now, my burning question before I depart, my friends. This Epping Hotel sexual offender who went on the run, accidentally went on the run a few days ago, apparently he has been deported. Now, is the same going to happen with this gentleman and a whole host of others, of course? I mean, I brought you video after video of these essays, these men touching young girls and stuff like that, who are still in the country and still staying in these fucking hotels. Are any of them going to be deported? I want to know what makes this man from Epping so important that he's the only one out of all of them that gets the fucking boot. Even if he has got the boot, I don't know. We haven't got pictures, we haven't got video evidence. We're already going off what MPs and their government officials tell us. So yeah, do let me know in the comments. Do you think this fucker's going to get deported? Probably not. He's going to get back on his bike, do his Deliveroos, and probably essay a couple of other girls with absolute impunity, of course. So yeah, that's my video, my friends. Do let me know what you think in the comments as always. Carpe diem, and I shall see you in a bit. Cheers.